Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Kim Smorden and I'm 22 years old.
And welcome to the interview. Okay. What is having Down syndrome like for you?
But when I was young, I had Down syndrome. It felt good.
Okay. What sort of help did you need back then?
I needed help. I needed speak, speak therapy.
Mhm.
I needed. Well, I was being isolated in school.
Okay.
I had good friends with and without a disability.
Okay. What sort of barriers do you think you face in your day-to-day routine because you have Down syndrome?
Not being patient.
Okay.
When I was in school, when I was younger, I felt isolated.
Okay. What sort of barriers do you think you face in your day-to-day routine because you have Down syndrome?
Not being patient. When I was younger, I felt isolated.
Okay.
Uh, Easily for more information,
Okay.
not being used.
Okay. How did people treat you?
People ignoring me, name calling, bullied, um, people's attitudes.
That's great. Have you ever been treated differently because you have Down syndrome?
People ignoring me,
Okay.
looking down on me,
Okay.
name calling.
Okay. So I don't need to read that one out. Okay. What needs to be improved to make experience easier or better for you?
Learn about Down syndrome,
Okay.
spend time,
Okay.
help people speak up if they are being bullied.
Okay.
Bullies need punish.
Okay. Does having Down syndrome make forming friendships and relationships any different than someone who doesn't have Down syndrome?
No problems or issues.
Do you have any experiences?
Yeah, uh, one of the teachers said that I had Down syndrome, that you should not go out with this person.
Okay. Um, what advice would you give a youth worker who hasn't worked with someone with Down syndrome before?
You have to introduce yourself.
Okay. Is there anything else you would suggest?
Find out the hobbies and interests, learn about support,
Okay.
be patient,
Okay.
um, easily like get more information about easily.
Thank you very much for coming.
Find out.
Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Miles, I'm 23 years old.
Welcome to the interview.
Thank you.
For the first question, what is having Down syndrome like for you?
Out with speech and doing things for myself.
Um, what school did you go to?
Pascal,
Do you have any jobs?
I would use Starbucks and the Lockports.
Very good. Okay, what sort of barriers do you think you face in your day-to-day routine because you have Down syndrome? Were you bullied?
Yes, I was bullied in school.
What did it feel like?
Upset and annoyed.
Okay. What was it like to get a job?
I was hard to get a job. Um, just take your time and find a job and find the right one.
Okay. What needs to be improved to make experience easier or better for you? How did you expect people to treat you?
So respect, be yourself. What will help to people who need it?
Do you think people need to show more respect?
Um, no, really, no. Just be yourself and just be young.
Okay. Does having Down syndrome make forming friendships and relationships any different than someone who doesn't have Down syndrome?
I have a girlfriend, no problems.
And what was it like to be in a relationship with her?
Be kind, friendly, friendly, and give help.
Very good. What advice would you give a BB leader who hasn't worked with someone with Down syndrome before? How should they treat how 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 do they treat them?
Just be yourselves and show the way you also and just be your own way.
Thank you for coming to the interview.
Thank you. And I last question I want to say, having Down syndrome does not stop me from doing things that I want to do.
Well said.
Thank you.
Welcome to the interview, and I would like to ask you to introduce yourself for the interview.
My name is Una Mackay.
And I'm going to ask you the first question. What is having Down syndrome like for you?
I can't do most things on my own, and using buses with help I can't cook. I need to help to spell.
Very good. What sort of barriers do you face in your day-to-day routine because you have Down syndrome?
The doctor asked hard questions that my mum has to answer.
What needs to be improved to make experiences easier or better for you?
People with Down syndrome need help with speaking up for themselves. There is a need for people to learn about Down syndrome.
What advice would you give a youth worker who hasn't worked with someone with Down syndrome before?
Make sure to ask what help they might need to learn about Down syndrome, to have patience. Thank you.
And thank you for coming for the interview. Well done. Hi, my name is Barbara Norris and I've welcomed myself to the interview questions. What is having Down syndrome like for you? Well, I was born with Down syndrome. Having Down syndrome, I need and get some help. For example, social workers, employment officers, classroom assistants, and family. Having Down syndrome affects my ability to do learning in slower rates and my understanding of memory. What sort of barriers do you face in your day-to-day routine because you have Down syndrome? Being bullied. People not letting me be my own individual person. People don't talk directly to me. They talk to my family. People finishing my sentences for me. People not being patient with me. People don't accept me because they stare or ignore me. What needs to be improved to make experiences easier or better for you? People need to be educated on disability awareness, spending more time with other and new people with disability, training in helping people understand how to provide support to people with learning disabilities. People need to accept people for who they are. Does having Down syndrome make forming friendships and relationships difficult? It is hard to make friends as they don't see past my disability. My family were afraid at the start of me being in a relationship, but now I'm in a long-term relationship they're comfortable with. What advice would you give a youth worker who hasn't worked with someone with Down syndrome before? Gaining experience and knowledge of disabilities. Who's patient? Ask them for help without making assumptions. For them to know the level of their ability and work with their level of ability. For them to have the education and disabilities to be well-mannered and polite, and the right attitude towards disability, and the right attitude in general. Is there anything else you would like to say? Yes, I will. Don't judge a book by its cover. Always see the person before the disability. See them for who they are, not for what they have got. And thank you